biggest story of the day really is Deshaun Watson. He's unhappy in Houston. A lot of people come out and saying he wants out. Deshaun hasn't specifically said it to himself. A lot of reports coming out. I think Ian Rappaport or Adam Schefter recently tweeted about the Texans have tried to contact him over the last couple of days and have not heard from him. They've called him multiple times and nothing. But if he wants out, Houston is a dumpster fire organization, and they're in a bad place cap-wise. They're in a bad place draft pick-wise. I think this would be a move that would be best for both the organization and the player, because I don't see Deshaun Watson winning a Super Bowl with the Texans within the next 5 to 7 years, mainly because their future looks kind of dark right now, considering that they don't have a first-round or second-round draft pick in this draft class. I don't feel like they have a lot of great weapons in Houston, and I don't think that their offensive line over the next 3 to 4 years is going to get much better than it was this year. Deshaun had to pretty much carry that team on his back. I'm not sure how you feel about it, but do you think that Deshaun will be moved at this point, or do you think that the Texans are going to tell him he's going to have to stay put?
Listen, the league is becoming a players' league, and that is for sure. Deshaun Watson, as far as how he should be feeling, he should absolutely want out of Houston. I mean, they have failed to put around any sort of team around him that is successful throughout his entire career. And I mean, they've had solid defenses, but JJ Watt's aging. A lot of the guys on there, they're just not that good. And then you look, they got rid of DeAndre Hopkins, his favorite target, and replaced him with Brandon Cooks. I understand he had 1,000 yards receiving this year, but let's face it, Brandon Cooks is nowhere near as valuable or as good or as talented or as anything as DeAndre Hopkins. And that became pretty evident in week 1 when he played with Arizona and instantly clicked into that offense like the last puzzle piece to the puzzle. I mean, he just fit in there perfectly. And you could tell that the Texans made a seriously devastating mistake thanks to the great Bill O'Brien. But yeah, I think Deshaun Watson should absolutely want out. I think the organization has shown him nothing that is going to make him believe that they're going to improve. I mean, he's been getting his butt kicked because he's had a poor offensive line for all these years. And I mean, he's managed to survive, and he's put the team on his back for the past however many years that he's been in the league. And they've actually made playoffs and won playoffs games multiple times. So, I mean, Deshaun Watson to me is still a top 5 quarterback in this league. And I think that he's playing on a bottom 5 team, and that is never good. And I think that he's going to definitely win out, and rightfully so, in my opinion.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I have him ranked as the 3rd quarterback in the NFL. I think he is one of the premier young talents. I think right behind Patrick Mahomes, when you consider guys, I think under the age of 25, he's right there at number 2. And while a lot of people, if you watch his film, a lot of people will say he's not the most accurate quarterback. Guess what? He's a great leader. And he's got a great heart, and he will put a team on his back if he has to. He had the Texans in a lot of close games this year. Yet, like you said, they're a bottom 5 team. A bottom 5 team is going to lose a lot of games, and that's been a massive problem in his career. Like the whole time, he has been one of the most sacked quarterbacks, I think, since entering the league. And Bill O'Brien tried to bring in an offensive lineman to kind of help that, and it did not work. Laramie Tunsil has worked a little bit, but it hasn't changed much. But when you get rid of his best option, you clearly put Deshaun in a bad spot. I completely understand why he's mad, and I agree with you 100%. I don't know where he fits best, but I think we talked about it in the lead up to the show when we were talking to each other. We kind of have a very similar idea where he might go, and that's Miami. I think Miami's Super Bowl window is right now. And I think Miami has 2 first-round picks this year. They have the Texans' first-round pick and have their first-round pick. I think they could trade those 2 picks. And as much as I love Tua, I hate to say that they might move on. The Dolphins could move on from him. But if you get the chance to get a guy like Deshaun Watson, you do that. I don't know how you feel about that, but like to hear that.
No, I mean, like we talked about it before. I mean, I 100% agree with you on this. I honestly couldn't believe that, you had the same idea that I had. I mean, that was just such a shock to me. I mean, I guess great minds think alike, right? I mean, we have a lot of the same sort of ideas around here sometimes. But I mean, I think the Dolphins should absolutely consider possibly trading for Deshaun Watson. They have the picks to be able to do it, like you said, and they have a quarterback who is young and still needs to develop. And it would be devastating to Tua's career to go to Houston right now, mainly because he's not the most mobile quarterback, and he's going to be playing with a horrible offensive line, and it's just going to be nothing like the situation that he was brought into in Miami. But Miami has to look at this and say, if we get Deshaun Watson, the Dolphins are immediate contenders with Deshaun Watson. I mean, and I don't even think that's a question because we just saw what Deshaun Watson can do with below average receivers this year. And I understand that's part of the reason that, you kind of excuse Tua, not you, but other people, they kind of excuse Tua saying, well, Devontae Parker was his best receiver and, he's okay. But Deshaun Watson led the league in passing yards and his best wide receiver is Brandon Cook and he's okay, right? I mean, he's the same thing. It's just different. You know what I mean? And the Dolphins should seriously consider this because they would be, I mean, almost better than the Chiefs type of good with a guy like Deshaun Watson who he's a game changer, a certified game changer, and he's able to put the team on his back, and he wouldn't even have to with that incredible defense and incredible coach, Brian Flores, that they have there in Miami.
And part of the reason with Deshaun right now, like you said, he's unhappy. I think the Dolphins is the perfect fit because I think they have the salary cap when compared to other teams. A lot of the teams that were rumored to be interested in him, I saw the Saints, and everybody knows they're in salary cap hell. I saw the Bears, and everybody knows if the Bears give up too many picks, they're going to be in the same situations the Texans are in. And I saw the 49ers, and while I like the 49ers fit, I don't think there's a better fit for Deshaun if he wants to be moved than Miami. The problem is I don't think Miami wants to move on from Tua because I think the Dolphins organization, like a lot of other people, has kind of given Tua the excuse of, oh, he didn't have a lot of great receivers. Oh, he's young. Oh, he's coming off an injury. Listen, Tua's got a lot of upside. Tua's massive problem this year was he's not throwing with his legs because of that injury. So it's early, but his worth is still high because his upside is there. And if you don't fully 100% believe he's the guy, which they have not shown once this season that they actually do, because every time that they need a win or need something happen, they put in the magic man, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he gets the job done for them. They never leave Tua in the game when they need a win. And they've done it all year. That's why I think Deshaun's the best fit there. Everywhere else in the league that he might go, they're going to have to give up too many picks, and then they're going to be right back in that same situation that the Texans are in. That's just my personal opinion on it.
Yeah, man, I agree with that. I mean, I could see the fit with Chicago, but I mean, that would be, historically ironic if he goes to Chicago because it's like they were scrutinized for passing on him for Mitchell Trubisky, and then they're like, wait, never mind, come back. Wait, we actually want you. Like it would be like actually like one of the most ironic things to ever happen in sports if he went to Chicago. And I mean, it would fit because he would have a great defense. Maybe they would be able to re-sign Allen Robinson, who I think is incredibly underrated and incredibly talented and great wide receiver in this league. I'm really high on Allen Robinson. I think if he leaves, someone's going to get a great receiver. But they might be able to convince him to stay with Deshaun Watson, and I see a good fit there. I don't know about the fit in the 49ers system because I don't know if Deshaun Watson would truly be able to shine in that system that Kyle Shanahan has. He kind of has more of like a West Coast kind of like play it safe. I feel like Deshaun Watson thrives in more of a spread offense. You know what I mean? In my opinion. And New Orleans, obviously, but I think they actually want Jameis Winston to be their starting quarterback next year, in my opinion.
Again, great minds think alike. I think the same thing about Jameis Winston. I've been saying it for, I think, months. I've been saying that I think Jameis is the future in New Orleans. I've been shouting from the rooftops that Taysom Hill is not a franchise quarterback. And there's just no way I don't think the Saints could I don't think the Saints could, number one, take on his contract without having to dump Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas. There's no way.
No,
They're like,
absolutely not. And that wouldn't even make sense. You
no.
don't blow up a team like that for a quarterback. I don't think the Saints are going to do it, like you said, mainly because of cap troubles. I think that the team right now is, Dolphins have the most to be able to do it. And I get Tua has upside, but like you said, they have not really shown us anything that is convincing to me that they believe in him. You know what I mean? They come out and they say, listen, we want him to develop and, grow, and we believe in him. But to me, Tua plays a little bit timid. And I don't think that I think it's a confidence thing. And that's an awful thing. If you have a confidence problem in this league as a starting quarterback, you are going to get eaten alive. And we saw him get eaten alive by the Buffalo Bills in a game that they needed to win. And I'm not down on Tua. I don't want to come off as someone who is hating on Tua. Tua has been through a lot. No offseason as a rookie, coming off a major injury in a Miami team that's not really that talented on the offensive side of the ball, to be honest. He did well, okay? But he also showed that he just checks it down too much. And now that might have been their offensive coordinator, Chan Gailey. That might have been Chan Gailey, who just resigned. But
Chan Gailey is the absolute worst. I'll just say that now.
Yeah, I agree. He did not do a good job. But we're going to see. And I think that's another reason why they're going to give Tua another shot, is because they're going to want to get another offensive coordinator to see if it was Chan Gailey or if it was Tua. But if the opportunity presents itself, you have to take Deshaun Watson. And there is absolutely no question about that. He is already a top 5 quarterback in the league, about to hit his prime. And you cannot pass up on that. That's plain and simple.
Exactly. There's not many teams in my mind that Deshaun could go to and that they could bring on his salary and give him great support. Every team that is on the possible list to land him is also another bad team. The Dolphins are, I think, kind of the only exception, but I think we kind of both seem to agree that Tua is clearly going to be the guy there next year. And the only other team that could do it, and this thought kind of popped in my head because it's been rumored that Joe Douglas wants to make a massive move this offseason. I think he said this to put it into people's minds that he's looking to do something. And I would hate to see Deshaun Watson go to the Jets because the Jets are cursed, but they could do it. But I don't know if he's going to be moved. I think Deshaun's going to be part of the rebuild in Houston. I think you're going to see a new Houston team next year. And if Deshaun is that unhappy and he doesn't want to be there, and they can't move, they don't want to move him, but he wants to be moved, you will see him sit out. You will see him hold out. And the holdout really hasn't worked all that well for many people, but we've never seen a quarterback do it yet. That quarterback will be moved so quickly, it won't even be funny. But